So I wanted to expand on my previous video about the signs that I've seen. I mentioned the signs that were shown to me in Ohio leaving Columbia, but I didn't actually explain what I seen, how I seen them, and things like that. So I kind of wanted to just continue on that. But basically, when I left Columbia the first time and I went to Ohio to get back on my feet, I would pray every day. Like I said in my last video, I was at my lowest and I was really praying, just trying to figure out where exactly am I going next? Am I going back to Columbia, South Carolina? Am I staying in Columbus, Ohio? Or am I going back to Buffalo, New York? I didn't know at the time. So once I started praying, again, I was at my lowest. I feel like I was hearing God the clearest that I've ever heard him. And so, you know, I'm at family members' house. I'm sleeping on couches, you know, don't really have my own. I'm getting up, going to work every day to save up some money because I totaled my car when I was in New York. That didn't stop me from leaving, but it made me even more determined to get to where I had to go. So at this time, I'm working just to save up to buy another car for when I got back down to Columbia. So as I'm praying, trying to figure out where I'm going, what I'm doing, God starts to send me signs. And again, I briefly talked about the signs and what God showed me when I was in Ohio, but I didn't actually go into what I seen. So basically, it was the South Carolina flag is what I seen. But they were in so many different places, and it was so frequent that I had to start paying attention to it. I would pray, and then he started to show me where I was going back to. You know, I knew I didn't want to go back to New York, but I'm not telling God what I want. I'm just letting him tell me where he wants me and where he needs me. But again, like I said, I wrote them down because I had to, and I have a whole list. I have a whole list in my notes of where I seen this flag, the South Carolina flag. Just briefly going through it, I seen the first one I seen was in August. Now I was in Ohio from August to October, and the first one I seen was in the beginning of August, and the last one I seen was October 24th, which was right before I relocated back to South Carolina. But I was going for a run. I seen the South Carolina flag on the back of somebody's Lexus SUV. Another time I seen a girl walking into a store and she had a Myrtle Beach shirt on. I was at a job orientation. They had a Myrtle Beach cup in the office. I didn't really pay too much attention to it at the time. But then it started to just become more and more frequent. And so I started to pay attention to it. I started to write it down. More vehicles, just me driving around. The job I had in Ohio, I drove all over the place. So I would just look at different cars and I would see different stickers. Where it started to get interesting was when I started to leave the city. And I was still seeing a ton of just South Carolina flags. And again, in my last video, I said I seen more South Carolina flags in Ohio than I seen the Ohio flag. I think I seen more South Carolina flags than Ohio State flags and team merchandise. It was incredible. I was in Waverly, Ohio, a bunch of times for work. Yeah, I seen a sticker on the back of somebody's pickup truck. I was in Wheelersburg, Ohio, Zanesville, Ohio. I mean, I was everywhere. Westerville. Everywhere I went for 3 months, I seen the South Carolina flag everywhere. So I started to ask God, okay, Lord, are you sending me back to South Carolina? Started seeing them more. So from August to October, that's all I seen was South Carolina flags everywhere. So the Holy Spirit tells me, hey, this is my sign. So called my girlfriend at the time. I said, hey, I'm coming back down to Columbia. And those were really the signs that I seen. I know a lot of people, including me, especially when I first got saved, you expect to hear this voice from God. You pray and you expect him to actually come down with a loud voice. He speaks to us in so many different ways. And I just found it so bizarre that I seen, you know, being so far away from Ohio, I seen the state flag everywhere. Everywhere I went for 3 months straight. That's where I seen. And this was after I prayed about where I'm going. And so, I just say stay the course, stay in the race, and just keep praying. Keep praying about what you want. Nothing is too big for God at all. The craziest thing you can think of is probably the easiest thing he can do. And so I had no clue where I was going. Again, I was at rock bottom. I had nowhere to turn. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have a clue of where I wanted to go next. So what I did was I just left it all in God's hands. I just said, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm just praying about where you want me, where you need me. And I just let him take over. And I truly believe that these were all signs for me to come back to Columbia, South Carolina. Now, he's blessed me immensely since I've been here, but I still think there's more things to do. Just my whole family. He's done so much. And so I'm excited for what's next. But I really hope, and the reason why I wanted to record this again is I really hope that this helps people who might be stuck or who might not know what to do next, where they're going next. I think the first step was really giving it all to God. If I would have went to God and said, hey, Lord, I want to stay here in Ohio. And I did everything in my power to try and stay in Ohio. Probably wouldn't have worked out. Something might have went wrong. Or if I would have said, hey, I want to go back to, Buffalo, probably wouldn't have worked out either. Even if I said I specifically want to go back to Columbia, it probably still wouldn't have worked. But the fact that I gave it all to him and allowed him to show me where he wanted me is what I think was key. And, he was able to show me and guide me on where to go. So definitely hopes this helps. And Saints, we got to stay together. We got to stick together. So I hope that helps.